Yo. Testing, 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 testing. Yo, you can hear me or no? Yo, you can hear me or no? Yo. This guy fucking hear me or is he trolling? This guy fucking trolling me? Yo, Kendall. This guy's trolling me. Yo. Can you not hear me? Fix your shit then. I am talking. You got the whole world listening, talking to you about fucking wearing panties or some shit. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yo. Again, I don't know, bro. You trolling or something. Yo, don't grab no bananas from this guy, bro. We don't know what he'd be doing with those bananas. Make sure people around you can hear me. This is a, this is a PSA right here. Don't grab no bananas from this guy. Again, we don't know what you be doing with these bananas, man. You gotta keep them. You keep them in that cabinet, yo. You gotta watch out for you. I don't hear you now though. What's up with that? Yeah, all right. I'm not late. Ain't shit happened yet. No, nothing on the charts yet, bro. AU's didn't even give us that valid engulfing. Still waiting for a valid break. EA still in the middle of a zone of consolidation. ECAD still pushing down. I'm going through it right now, one by one. Let's see what's left on the table for us. EU still moving counter, but is at those lows that we marked up from yesterday, so we'll keep that on. GA still consolidating, so we'll turn that off. GCAD still not trading GCAD for now, so I'll turn that off. GJ, we'll keep that on for now. We're sitting in the engulfing candle that we have from yesterday. GU, same thing as EU, still moving counter trends, but STP hasn't been hit yet. We'll keep that on. It went down to yesterday's lows. Didn't tap into it yet, but similar as the other pairs, just still consolidating. US 30 will wait till 9:30, but we're back at the highs from last week highs. We induced the 30-minute highs, didn't give us a valid break, so we'll keep an eye on that. Gold still moving sideways. STP hasn't been hit yet, but that gap was filled already, so that's good. So we'll keep an eye on gold. Bitcoin, I'm not trading right now. We'll turn that off. Oil still moving sideways. Still has that third week low, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then silver, same thing as the other pairs, still in a sideways movement. Shoulder head shoulders. We'll keep that on and we'll see what's left. So right now what we have left on the table: AU, EU, GJ, GU, US 30, gold, oil, and silver. But US 30 and the bottoms, we'll wait till 9:30. Just take a look at AU real quick. We don't got no engulfing candles on none of the higher time frames. No engulfing candles on the lower time frames. On the 5-minute time frame, we had We said we could see this on the 1 minute, but we'll also see this on the 5 minute. Price gave us a lower low change of character on the 5 minute, then gave us the break of structure. That gave us the break during the beginning of London session, gave us the valid break at 345, then gave us that third push, and we're still trading between the valid break and those highs. Lower low, lower high, all the way down into these lower lows. So technically speaking, on the 5 minute, we are still downtrending. And then on the 1 minute time frame, we have, let's take a look. Right, on the 1 minute, I'm not gonna mark this as a higher high, higher low like last night, just based on what price did. So all of this part of the same trend. So that means that we're trading between these lows over here still. This was the change of character. Change this to red. Then we're trading between these lows. Then it gave us the valid break. And then it continued down to these lows. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. All the way down into these lower lows, all the way at the bottom. We're trading between these highs. These highs gave a change of character back to the top side. And then we had, again, we could play aggressive with this and say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Or we can mark this up and say the same shit that we did yesterday. Based on the 800 EMA, we're gonna mark this all as one trade right here, just one trend. Instead of marking this up aggressively. So we're trading between these highs and these lows on the 1 minute. So we're gonna be patient with AU. So AU, we got AU marked up. Cool. Now EU, let me get comfortable here. AU, we know we're still targeting that 3rd week high. We're looking at the internal structure. Price came back down to those internal lows. We're sitting at those lows now, giving us those inducements. Let me delete these drawings real quick. Let's go to the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, we had the change of character back to the bottom. So EU 5 minute, we're still trading within the same 5 minute highs and lows. On the 1 minute, we had a change of character to the top side. Then price gave us a change of character to the bottom side. 1 minute change. Then it gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. Then gave us another change of character, lower low. Then price consolidated for a little bit during the end of Asia going into London. Then it gave us lower low. Then again consolidated at these lows, low, lower, high. Right, low, price consolidated, then gave us a change to the top side. Zoom in here. Gave us a change of character, 1 minute change. Now we're trading between these highs here. Price didn't give us a valid break. It came back to the lows, the lowest point in the market right here. Came down and gave us a change of character back down to the bottom. Still got to be patient with EU. Nothing just yet. Trading between these highs and these lows. We'll be patient. So nothing on EU for now. GJ, price tapped into our point of interest, which was that 1 hour engulfing. On the 30 minute, we had a change, we had a break, we had the pullback. However, is this a high probability area to take a short position? No. Why? Because this is just higher high, higher low on the higher time frame. So now on the lower time frames, on the 5-minute, we're trading between the same 30-minute high and low. On the 1-minute time frame, we have the same thing. We're trading in the same structure on the 5-minute and the 1-minute. So GJM would be a little patient with, and just keep an eye on 30-minute time frame. I'm gonna go ahead and delete some of these drawings too, so I can have more space on my screen. Do we have any engulfing candles that were printed? On the 30-minute, we have this engulfing here, but again, same as the 1 hour, it's low probability at this point. So we'll be patient with GJ. We know we have news at, let's take a look. I think we have news at 10. And we had news at 8:30, but 8:30 didn't really give us no volume. And then we have news at 10, so we'll be patient with that till then. So we already kind of know 9:30 is gonna open. We'll have a little bit of volume. If there's no volume for the 9:30 open, we know that they're just gonna wait for that news at 10. Again, G is just still sitting in this range, the zone of consolidation. So this is gonna be where take a little step back, bouncing off the EMAs, but we gotta be patient with that. I'm not gonna go off of that right now. And then US 30 gold, oil, and silver will wait till the 9:30 market open for the NYC session. Price gave us this higher high point, but again, not a valid break. So this is where I would want to start seeing my entries going short, whether it's an engulfing candle or the change in break on the lower time frame. On the 5-minute, we have traded between this high and this low, so we don't have any internal structure to go off from. We have a gap in the market on the 1-minute. I like that. I like that. See, and then on the 1-minute, we have low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Then we're gonna put a zoom into here. I like that. Yeah. So we have a few things to confirm here. All right. We got the 1-minute change here. Then we have this here. Price gave us a lot of gaps last night. That's good. Price gave us a change back to the bottom, just trapping traders. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What did we talk about last week? Uh-huh. What about them? So if that's the case, what are we waiting for? Before we do what? There you go. You just answered your own question, yo. How does that feel? There you go. You answered your own question, man. Congratulations. All right. Price was just inducing traders the entire night. Change of character to the top side, change of character to the bottom side, change of character to the top side on that push to the top side. Gave us that 1-minute gap. What's this? That's a 30-minute. So we know we're trading between these lows and these highs. Once that gap was created, price continued that push to the top side for a little bit. We had higher high, higher low, high, low, high, low, high, and then this is where price started turning around. During the end of during the end of London, going into the NYC session, this is where we have the change of character. This is where we have the break of structure. Did we get the valid break? Yes. All right, so now we know we're trading between these lows and these highs. I want to be able to do this here. I'm gonna go here. Okay, on shit. No, don't you forget. Take a fucking shot up when you swing around this bitch. Money is a mindset. If you already rich, take a fucking shot up and just swing around this bitch. 2-6 was the blueprint. Yeah, it made me. Had a baby. No more record deals. Yeah, I'm fresh up out of slavery. Pay dues now. What was due? Pay me. How do I gotta sign back in? All right. This is gonna fucking suck. Any questions on the stream, let me know, guys. Only thing I don't like about this change and break is if we were to look at this as a flag post pattern, right, where price would consolidate between 23.6 and 38.2, I would also want to see the 50 be crossing below the 200. That's the only thing that's missing from this here at this moment. Again, we have news at 10. Yes, we have the inducement of the high, and after the inducements is where we would want to start seeing that change and break back to the bottom. The situation with this trade though, right? Why I'm not too enticed into it. Where are we gonna put our stop loss? Right. This is a situation where this trade here, if we were to take this trade, we need a stop loss above the previous structure. See what price wants to do. I'll be patient with it. We still got these gaps. Before I take this trade, that's the only one confirmation I want to see. If that is that 50 cross below the 200, and then we bounce off the EMA. Again, I do like the fact that we have that change in that break already. So we'll be patient with this for a little bit. We'll see what price wants to do. Any questions in the chat, guys? Let me know. Again, any specific pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, then again, we're just gonna be keeping an eye on the pairs that we're usually trading on a day-to-day basis. Right, and the only other thing, once again, like what Kendall was speaking about, the correlation of the pairs, right? So if US 30 is going down, we'll be expecting EU and GU to follow suit and do the same thing, right? So the fact that EU has this third week high, and this is a pair that I'm expecting price to continue to push up, I'm keeping that on the back of my head before I take a trade. Where, could this be the fake out on US 30 to trap traders going short to push to push price a little bit higher? It could happen, right? Yes, we have that gap at the bottom of the market, but again, we understand gaps don't have to be filled right away. It could take gaps a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months to be filled, right? The same thing we're seeing with these gaps at the bottom of the market on the 1 minute is the same thing with these gaps, right? This gap could be filled right away, or it could take a few days, a few weeks, whatever the case is. So I'm not, my bias on US 30, again, the reason from last night, for example, and I say this on every session, the reason why I don't give my analysis on US 30 the night before and I wait for 9 o'clock, 9:30 when we're doing the live trading sessions is because I like to see how price moves, right? What kind of behavior do we see, right? And at this point with US 30, right, the fact that we have the zone consolidation between Asia and London session, now we know, okay, this could be one of the either a type 1, type 2, type 3 pattern, right? And at this point, if we were to say that price is going to go short, we could say that this is a type 1 pattern on a downtrend where price consolidates, breaks, then starts the downtrend push, right? Or this could be a type 2 pattern where price consolidates, breaks, gives us the retest to then continue, right? And that's what could happen, especially based on where this gap is at. So if you were to take these trades going short, my TP wouldn't be STP for the day. It'll just be to fill the gap, right? Or it could be a type 3 pattern where price consolidates, breaks, gives us a retest 50% of the zone of consolidation to then continue. So these are just some of the confirmations I'm looking for. And again, already understanding how the market moves, when the market should move. The fact that we have news at 8:30, right, which was 30 minutes ago, and it didn't give us no volume. We know there's two things. There's two things missing already for the rest of the day. The NYC market open at 9:30, right, which will give the market a volume, and we also have that news at 10 in the morning. So instead of trying to trade aggressively and I'm gonna miss the trade, let me get in. I'm gonna wait, right? Let's wait till 9:30. Let's wait till 10 in the morning and see what direction the market really wants to go into. Because again, right now the market is giving confirmations for everybody. Everybody going short, it's giving you the confirmation, right? The inducement of the high, not a valid break, the lower time frame change of character, break of structure down to the bottom side. It's giving you those confirmations. But it's also giving you confirmations if you're a buyer, right? If you're looking at this as a flag post pattern, if you're looking at this as a breakout continuation, if you trade SMC with the zones of consolidations, right? You're waiting for price to break, retest to then continue to go long. There's a lot of confirmations right now going both ways, right? So I keep it simple for myself. I keep it very simple. We already understand when the volume is supposed to kick into the market. right? Again, 8:30 was that one time. Did volume come in at 8:30? No. Okay, cool. So now we know we have to wait for 9:30 and 10 in the morning. It's that simple. So again, using the other pairs as confluence and confirmation, where again, EU, I am expecting price. It is something I'm expecting. I'm expecting price to give me another high for the week. Again, does it have to happen? No. Looking at how price is moving, does it look like that's going to happen? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I'm going to be very patient, right? Going to be very patient. So for right now, 9:10 in the morning, I don't have enough confirmation. The candles aren't printing the way I would really want them to print. On AU, we have exhaustion candles going short. We have 3 exhaustion candles that have been printed, which tells me price is going to go up. Again, like what Kendall was saying, on a regular day-to-day basis, the correlation between AU and the USD pairs are opposite. So the fact that this is giving me exhaustion candles going short, which is telling me that price wants to go up, it's telling me that EU, GU, US30 wants to go down, right? And again, we're in different market conditions. So right now, I'm not really paying attention 100% to the correlations. Why? Because on a usual day-to-day basis, gold and US30 move opposite. But the last 6-7 months, US30 and gold have been moving the exact same. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm going to be patient. There's no other way around it. There's nothing else I could do. Again, as of right now, also just keep it simple. Like there's a lot of rules, but then there's also a lot of rules that we have that the market has that makes trading so much more simple. On a pair like gold, what is price doing? It's just moving sideways. Again, for you guys who trade patterns, what is this? A shoulder head shoulder. In order for this to be a valid shoulder head shoulder, what do we want to see? We want to see price give us a valid break of the first shoulder. Did price give us that valid break? No. We also have the 800 EMA. Price respects the 800 EMA. We're respecting the 800 EMA. So before I even take a trade on gold, I already know that for today, I'm not trading gold. STP will be hit way before we get this break of structure, right? So for me, again, in order for me to trade gold, it doesn't matter what direction I'm looking before I even look for an entry, right? Before I even look for an entry, I need to see price give me a valid break of these lows. So I already know for today, not going to be trading gold. I could turn that off. Silver, same thing. What is price doing? Moving sideways. We're in a zone of consolidation. Zone of consolidation, before you take a trade, what do you want to see? Either the break or the inducement. Cool. If you're a trader, once again, that trades patterns, what is this? Shoulder head shoulder. In order for us to look for a trade, in order for us to say that this is a valid shoulder head shoulder to go short, in order for us to say that this is a valid bearish shoulder head shoulder, what do we need to see? We need to see price give us a valid break of the lows. And again, by the time we get the break of the low, STP for the day is already going to be hit. So I already know gold and silver for today, taking a step back. I'm not trading it, so we could turn those off, right? It's that simple for me. Oil, what do we have? Shoulder head shoulder, bullish. But we know that oil is a pair that's in an overall downtrend. So this isn't what I want to see. I don't want to see a bullish shoulder head shoulder, right? But we also know we have a 3rd-week low on US oil, where we could be expecting price to give us that 3rd-week push to the bottom. And for today, what is price doing? Just moving sideways. So again, before I even consider to take a trade on oil, I need to see price give me a breakout or the inducement. It gives us an inducement of the high to go short, or it gives us an inducement of the lows to go back up. It's that simple. So oil will keep this on for now, right? Once again, US30. We'll be patient with US30. I'm gonna wait till 9:30. I'm not gonna force any of these trades. Let's go to GU real quick. Right, again, GU currently is moving counter trend. What is price doing? Just moving sideways. Right, in this sideways movement, we could still see lower lows and lower highs, but again, it's moving counter trend. So I'm not really interested in moving counter trend. I'm not interested in trading against the overall trend. Right now, we'll be patient. GU's not really giving me enough information. Right, what do we know about GJ? GJ moves opposite. correlations, right? So if we're expecting GJ to continue these downtrend pushes, right, the change of character, the break of structure, the retest of the 1 hour engulfing to go short, that means that I'll be expecting GU, US30, EU to go up. And we just went through those pairs. Right now, it's not really looking like price wants to go up. So we'll be patient. We'll be patient. Give a little bit more confirmation, man. There's no need to rush this shit. No need. Right? EU on the 5 minute, the 1 minute. Right? The 1 minute is where we want to be. Right? And the 1 minute is where we'll get those confirmations. If on the 1 minute time frame, we could get price to give us a change of character back to the top side, then give us that break of structure, then perfect. We'll also be above the 800 EMA on the 1 minute time frame. That's where I'll start looking to take those trades. So EU on the 1 minute is going to be pretty simple. And then AU again is just still stuck, similar to gold and silver in this zone of consolidation, multi-session, shoulder head shoulder. We opened up with a gap. We want in order for us to look for these shorts, I want to see price give us a valid break of the lows, right? So we'll be patient with AU, and AU is also a pair we could turn off. So we could just be focused on these 5 pairs for the day: EU, GJ, GU, US30, and oil. So for now, 916, we know what we're looking for on the 1 minute on EU. US30 is like the only other pair that's close to looking for an entry. So we will be on the 1 minute here. All right, we filled those gaps up. Perfect. All right, we have the 50 crossing below the 200. We'll see what price does. We'll wait it out a little bit. No need to force into these trades. And guys, any questions, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys are looking at, let me know. If not, we're just gonna be waiting it out. Great stream. Thanks, man. Very informative, he says. Thank you, man. I'm glad you've been informed. And this is why being patient pays, guys. Again, I always say this and I will continue to say it. This is why understanding entry models is very important. However, understanding market structure is completely different. Completely different, yo. Completely fucking different. I could show you my entry model. It's right here. Change of character, break of structure, the EMAs are right here. However, market structure is telling me something completely fucking different. Completely different. Completely different. This is why you go on your charts, and again, if you're the trader that is not profitable or has a 30%, 40%, 50%, 60% win rate, and you don't understand why some double bottoms and some double tops work and some don't, is because you have an understanding of entry models, but you have no idea what market structure is. So again, we'll be patient, yo. There's nothing to rush. There's nothing to be anxious about. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm gonna miss the trade. I'm gonna miss the opportunity. There's no such thing. Monday through Friday is just another trading day, yo. Are your rules being followed? Are you seeing what you want to see? If yes, take the trade. If no, then sit the fuck back. Sit on your hands for a little bit. Wait for extra confirmations. Just wait it out just a little bit longer. It's okay. One trade is not going to change your life. I promise you. One trade is not going to change the outcome that you're currently in. It's not. Just wait it out. No need to rush. Just be patient. It's not that serious. Once again, we have 4 minutes for the 9:30 NYC Open. We have news at 10. So once again, I'll be waiting for Price to just let me know what Price wants to do, man. Let the charts talk to me for a little bit. If we have volume at 9:30, then cool. We'll look for a trade a little bit after. We'll see what Price wants to do. EU. I should look at EU real quick. On the 1 minute, let's see. Again, we'll be waiting for Price to give us a change and a break back to the top side. Could we be aggressive too with EU and say that this is the change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then change of character to the top side? We could. Right? Technically speaking, we could. Even if we say change of character, right? And then it'll be the same thing, right? Change of character, low, lower, high, lower, low, change of character, high. But no, because this is just a crazy wick that was given at that 8:30 candle, I'm just gonna say that all of this is part of the same trend: lower, low, lower, low, lower, low. Right? So we'll be waiting for that change and break back to the top side on EU before we look for any trades. Jumpy with the dumpy. All right. Yo, can you tell me if the stream on Kick is working good? Should be good. Testing, testing, testing. It's kick.com/MLY jumper. You can hear my voice? Oh, your shit's echoing again. Oh. You can hear your voice, you can hear my voice. Quality looks good. Mm-mm. Yo, testing, testing, testing. Uh, right, 9:30 hit. We had that crazy ass candle. You took a trade. Doesn't matter what direction you took the trade, you got fucked. And again, this is why understanding market timing is very, 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 very important. Very important. Take a look at EU bot rigs. Thank you for the follow. N3 Sean. No mama goofy, man. Shut up. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. We got the 1 minute change. We'll be waiting for a 1 minute break on EU. FPD behind me, running my tags right now. Can't be too upset. They got a reason to check. This shit regular in New York, but the vel ain't seen this yet. Now I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be, regardless of the emblem that's on the key. Hey. We got I hate that my computer's so fucking slow, bro. It should be lagging like a motherfucker. GU, we're in the same 5 minute and 1 minute and 30 minute highs and lows. Carolina shit. Oh, don't you forget. Take your fucking shirt off and just swing it around the bitch. Money is a mindset if you already rich. Take your fucking shirt off and just swing it around this bitch. 2-6 was the blueprint, yeah, it made me. Old dog with some new tricks, had a baby. No more record deals, yeah, I'm fresh up out of slavery. Hey, dudes, nah, no, what's due? Kendall paying me. Hey, Kendall paying me. Alright, we have the 1 minute change. Trading between these lows and these highs. Looking for that 1 minute break. Let me move this screen over here so I can look at US 30 as well. We have low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. We'll wait for a little bit extra confirmations at this point. No way. This fucking yo, yo, no shot. He brought that shit to school, bro. What the fuck? Hmm. Yo, why Pennywise never come over to my house, man?
Yo, that what? Alright. Red flag warning. What the fuck is that? Significant threat to life or property. Yo, it was 58 fucking degrees this morning. Where the fuck was I? No wonder it was cold as shit when I woke up. Nice little cold front. PD behind me, running my tags right now. Ugh. Why? Yo, is that what else is there to do, man? I can't yawn now? That's a crime? I can't sing now? The crime? You were over here singing earlier, fucking about wearing panties or some shit. Yeah, you were. That shit's on stream, bro. You could go back and watch it. You said some shit about singing about wearing panties in the house. Only when I was just a child. Before the dance, all the time. Or is this ship for me? 307 East Kennedy. Let's see. 307 East. Shit is an hour away. Fuck. It's south of Altamonte Springs. What the hecky? Yo, ask her if she could laugh again. Ask her if she could laugh again. No one's being weird, man. Who? Come on, man. Lock in. You lied to me again. Man. Yeah, you can hear me still or no? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
So the news at 10 didn't do nothing. Got no goddamn volume today. I don't have it. Short or long? On the 30-minute? But then the first candle's doji candle as well. An exhaustion candle. And then on the 30-minute, the first green candle doesn't have a top wick. Right? But what I'm looking at on 30, right? It's like I'm cool not having those confirmations on the higher time frame. The reason that is because I'm still looking for a valid break. Right? So the fact that we still don't have a valid break on the 30-minute, all of these are just still inducement candles. This is where I continue to look at the 5-minute or the 1-minute and just look at structure on the lower time frame. Right? Look for the entries going short still. Whether it's an engulfing candle, you know, at this point, the change in the break structure is pretty big on the 1-minute. So we know that that's not the confirmation we're going to get first. But maybe we can, right? Based on STP, based on ADR. Not only that, exactly got the gaps. Right? The first ones would just be the gaps. But again, this is where you start looking for everything that the market can print. Right? So like first and foremost, let's start from the top again. What do we know we could have just based on the 15-minute, 30-minute structure, right, for today? Right? In order for me to be looking for a valid, let's say it's a type 1, type 2, or type 3 on an uptrend, again, before that, I want to see a valid break of the 30-minute high. The fact that we don't have that, all right, cool. This could still just be the inducement. So, exactly. So now instead of looking at this as this could be a type 1, type 2, or type 3 on an uptrend, now I could be looking at this like, okay, maybe this could be type 1 on a downtrend. Right? Because in order, correct. Right? Because again, the fact that price didn't give me a valid break, I can't be looking at this as this is where price is going to give us higher high, higher low, higher high to then make another higher low because we don't have that break. And on top of the fact that we don't have that break, and we say that we're looking for this on a downtrend, we also know we have these gaps at the bottom. So it's just a little bit extra more, just a little more confirmation. That tells me that, correct. So now on the lower time frames, now that we know, okay, we're at a higher high, let's just look at this in a shorter time frame type of time. This could be a short position into a higher low. Right? So again, we know we have the gaps in the market that just give us a nice POI to be like, all right, I'll take my profits here and I'll see what price wants to do in this area to give me the confirmation that'll let me know, is this going to be the higher low or is this where price is going to break to continue to go short. In an area like this where, yeah, we're currently looking for shorts, but we still need to be aware that we're trading from a higher high point into a higher low. Right? Because again, higher time frame, 4-hour time frame, we made a higher high. And on the daily time frame, all we had was a change of character lower low. And we're pretty much already reaching the daily highs again. It's just been pushing to the top side after that inducement. So technically on the daily time frame, we're still on an uptrend. Now the fact that we had no volume at 8:30, which was the news. There's no volume at 9:30, which is the NYC Open. We had no volume at 10 in the morning, which was the high impact news. We don't have no news for the rest of the day. And then just look out all the other pairs. That's why earlier in the day, what time was it? 7:30, 8 a.m. Where all we have to just look at is zoom out, just look at the structure, especially on the 30-minute. Where are we? Where are all of these pairs right now? Just moving sideways. So it's to answer that question that we had earlier with how do you get such a patient approach while everybody is so in a rush to get into a trade? They don't want to miss a trade. They feel like they need to just take a position. Once you have a checklist from top to bottom and you understand why your checklist is the way that it is, you're able to literally do what we did this morning, right? Draw out. We already know what happened from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m., right? Now you're just plugging in the pieces. Is there going to be times where, Asia session, London session isn't going to give us I'll say, an easy way to plug in what we want to see? Yes, there will be times like that. But on a day like today, where this is just picture perfect with all the rules that we need to see, it makes a day like today so much easier to trade compared to everyone else that we've seen in the last hour and a half, or it's 10:30, let's say hour and a half. This is where you start avoiding. You avoid those trades. I getting into 9:30 where everybody's just getting faked out. You wait for the noise to happen and then start looking for the rules again. You just got back, but I was just saying, like, I was on stream talking about how you could have a patient approach, right, compared to how everybody's rushing into getting into a trade. So I was just giving those examples. right? And then overall on AU, just like every other pair, just in a zone of consolidation. Price is just moving sideways. Right? So it's like everyone else, right? They see their entry, right? Because if you're, again, I gave the example of AU this morning too. Like if you're just a simple pattern trader, right? And you see, oh, double top, boom, you're getting it, right? If you don't understand what real breaks are, and you think that this is a break, lower low, and this is a lower high point, and the lower high, you got the double top, right? How many traders do you think were caught into this trade, right? Even going into the end of Asia, going into London. Like how many traders do you think saw, oh, this is the lower low point that was set for Asia. We're looking for a lower high. The lower high was made here with the retest on the lower time frame, right? And then boom, you had the retest. And then what happened? You got trapped into this trade, into the NYC session, straight to stop loss. And it's like, yeah, even though we see the change, the break, it's like, what is missing here? Like, yeah, our entry model was there, perfect, right? If you're just trading that, but if you're looking overall, it's like, you know that this is the inducement. So you understand that because this move here was just an inducement, you understand here, what is this? Low probability, lower high point. This is the same thing that AU is doing right now, is the same thing that we're looking for on US 30. It's the exact same thing. Like we understand that this higher high point is low probability because we didn't get the break. So we're literally, the back testing that everybody's doing here, we're doing it live at this point with US 30. The same rules. Same exact rules. Why do we know that this higher high point is low probability, which makes this what? A low probability higher low. Meaning that if we get these confirmations that price is going to continue to push, we understand that we could continue to look for those shorts because this is not a valid higher low point, which means we'll be expecting these lows. And we also have the gaps at these lows. So this is where we could be expecting price to give us a pullback to. And then we start saying, okay, this could be the potential higher low point, right? Or we could say that instead of getting a quick move like this is where price is going to give us another zone of consolidation. Why? Because if we're looking at this on the 30, we zoom out a little bit. What does this already look like? Could be a potential shoulder at shoulder at the peak highs, right? So if something like this happens, then we already set the play up. There's only a few things the market could do, either trend or consolidate. There's only two things the market could do. So if what's another thing that price could do? Obviously, instead of give us the inducement to go back up, it'll just continue the trend to go back down. This is the only things that the market do. It can't do more than this. Right? And that's if the market gives us the inducement now. Could price, by the end of today, by the end of the week, could it give us a valid break of the 30-minute high? Absolutely. Right? And again, we just continue to follow the rules. This is where the lower time frame now is going to tell us. If we get the change in the break, back to the bottom, we know we'll have a steeper pullback. If we continue to get the inducements, then we know that price is just going to continue to do what it's been doing since 6 a.m., which is what? Consolidate. Same thing. Again, if you notice, let's say you step up to the chart before 8 in the morning. What were you looking for up here after the inducements were given? You're waiting for the change in the break. That's it. And he gave it to you. Change, break, retest, push number 3. Push number 3, what happened? Got the inducements. Then it gave you the change. And now we're looking for the same thing. Okay, cool. This was an early trade. But again, the question is, why is it an early trade? Number one, what are you trading? What pair are you trading? What do we know about US 30 at 9:30? You know you're gonna get volume. That's the inducement. We already know how that reacts. That's another reason. There's multiple things I need to see. For me to trade US 30 before 9:30, the inducement had to have already been given. We haven't gotten that. Price has just been consolidating all day. I'll say that's one reason why I like trading US 30 now.
Why you like to trade US 30 now? You did it again?
Because it's slow. It gives you exactly what you need to see every single day.
Or for the continuation move?
For the continuation, yeah. Or even just not even a continuation, just like this is a pair where you could really take a trade once every single day. But you have to know, yeah. But you have to understand what? Nah. So there's when US 30 gives you the entries and it gives you all the confirmations, giving it to you step by step. There's days that sometimes it doesn't, but those are very rare days. But a type 1, type 2, type 3 trade on US 30, that shit is given almost every single day. Stop trolling, man. Good luck with that, man. I want to let you know there's the chat that's up here. No, I got you. Yeah, you. Ow. Yo, is there not a... I'm so lost using this phone sometimes. Um, Yo.
Yeah, I hear you. My bad, I wasn't locked.
I heard what you said though. Said it was too late into the day already. EU gave us the pushback down to the bottom. GU same thing. Well, no, GU is still at the top side.
Yo.
Yeah.
My fault. What the fuck? Chill. Chill.
Are you gonna go to work today?
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know, probably like 5, 6 o'clock.
Your brother's
Yeah, they both. I think they both left. I think they both left at like 6. Should be by like 2. Yeah.
got shit to print out.
You got what?
Mail it for yo. The USPS, the US, not the US, the UPS, the niggas.
Yo. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, I see it. What the hell was that?
I'm marking mine up right now. Hold on. This is how I would have it marked up. So I'll be waiting for the break to happen here. Following from this. Or you're talking about this area here. Look at my stream. I'm just looking at your chart because your chart looks a little bit different than mine. All right, so we know that we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Right, we can see that. That's what we're trading in, right? Higher high, higher. You're in the market, right? Oh. Okay. Right, so higher high, higher low, higher. So the higher high was made. We know price is just moving sideways. So at this moment, the sideways movement, we got the break of that, which was the shoulder to shoulder. The only thing I would say, again, right now, this is still technically the low of the zone of consolidation. Right, and again, we are still trading higher high, higher low. Right, so these are the lows that I'm looking for to see either price give the inducement to go back up or break these lows to go back down. Right, then we're talking that I have to change the markups to the line so I don't get confused again, but this is just all internal 1 minute structure that I'm just marking up on the 5-minute time. And again, it lines up. Because, yeah, we have to change, but we're looking for a valid break. And have we gotten that valid break? No. There, grab the line. It's not the right line. We're looking for that valid break to close down here. US 30 already hit STP for the day. Welcome back. In the YouTube stream. Mm. What do you mean? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Gotta be racist, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, you. Just handing out bananas to everybody who walks in there. It's just kind of crazy. Offer them a Chipotle taco. The what? Yeah.
11:20. I think I'm gonna call it a day here. They say kick looks better than the YouTube. I don't know why.